I am Aligar Lingappa, Assistant Professor in Physics, Government Postgrad College, Sirigupa. And today I have discussed about the concept wave theory of light. So the chapter interference of light. For the study of the nature of light, we have many theories. There are Newton's corpuscular theory, Huygens wave theory, Maxwell's theory, Maxwell's electromagnetic wave theory, Planck's quantum theory. So these are the four theories. They gave much information about the nature of light. What we know that the nature, that means the energy which can exist in our nature in various forms. Sound is a form of energy, light is a form of energy, heat energy, nuclear energy, solar energy, so like that. Then what is light? Light is a form of energy which causes sensation of vision, so called the definition of light. Newton's corpuscular theory, it was proposed by Newton in 1672. Then what are the assumptions made by the Newton in his theory, so called about the nature of light? They are called features or assumptions or postulates of the corpuscular theory. So a source of light continuously emits tiny elastic particles called corpuscles. These particles or the corpuscles moves with a high velocity as that of light and gets scattered in all directions of light. So these particles or the corpuscles moves with a high velocity as that of light and gets scattered in all directions of light. This theory says that the velocity of light changes with the change in density of the medium in which it is used. So the theory could explain three main phenomena of light, that is reflection, refraction and rectilinear propagation of light. A reflection means when light travels in one medium is incident on the surface of the another medium which gets reflected back to the same medium is known as a reflection. A refraction, the phenomenon of bending of light when it travels from one transparent medium to another transparent medium, so called refraction. Rectilinear propagation of light, the light always travels along a straight path. Fifth one. This theory also says that the color of light is dependent on the size of the corpuscles. This theory also says that the color of light is dependent on the size of the corpuscles. So these are the postulates made by the Newton in his theory, so called corpuscular theory. Then what are the drawbacks of this theory? So this theory could not explain the phenomenon of interference, diffraction and polarization of light. So here the phenomenon of interference, diffraction and polarization of light, they are based on wave nature of light. So this theory could not explain these phenomena. Then according to this theory, the velocity of light in denser medium is greater than the velocity of light in rarer medium, but this is proved wrong later. But the velocity of light is greater in rarer medium than in denser medium. So these are the drawbacks of the Newton's corpuscular theory. Huygens wave theory. It was proposed by Huygens in 1678. Then what are the assumptions made by this theory? The locus of all medium particles vibrating in the same phase is called a wavefront. Each point in a source of light sends out waves in all directions in a hypothetical medium called ether. So ether is a hypothetical medium. The atmosphere which contains a ether medium in which the light which travels in all the directions. Ether was assumed to be a continuous medium which provides all space having a very large elasticity and extremely low density. Where elasticity and low density, they are the characteristics of the ether medium, which is homogeneous and isotropic. Homogeneous and isotropic. Then fourth, this theory assumes that the light waves are mechanical and transverse in nature. But we know that the light wave is non-mechanical because which do not require material medium for their propagation. But according to Huygens wave theory, the light wave which required a material medium for propagation. So called the fourth assumption or feature of Huygens wave theory, fifth one. This theory is successful in explaining the phenomenon of reflection, diffraction, interference, diffraction, and the phenomenon of light. So the theory could explain the phenomenon of reflection, the phenomenon of refraction, then the interference and diffraction. But the theory could not explain the phenomenon of polarization. So this theory is successful in explaining phenomenon of reflection. That means when a ray of light is incident on one medium which gets reflected back to the same medium. Refraction, the phenomenon of bending of light when it travels from one transparent medium to another transparent medium. Interference of light. When two coherent waves, if they are superposed each other, then they are forming the successive bright and dark fringes, so-called interference of light. Diffraction of light means the bending of light around a sharp-edged obstacle. Then a sixth feature. This theory also assumes, similar to the previous theory, that the velocity of light is dependent on the density of the medium, but color depends on the wavelength of the light. Then what are the drawbacks? There is no existence of a medium. So ether, it fails to explain polarization, photoelectric effect and Compton effect. It fails to explain why light has no longitudinal component. So according to this theory, the light is a longitudinal wave. But longitudinal waves, they cannot be polarized. So that it fails to explain the phenomenon of polarization, where the phenomenon of photoelectric effect and a Compton effect, they are based on a particle nature of light. So it fails to explain both the phenomenon, photoelectric effect and Compton effect. So these are the drawbacks or failures of the theory. Then next one, Maxwell's electromagnetic theory, wave theory. It was proposed by Maxwell in 1885. Then what are the features or assumptions of Maxwell's electromagnetic theory? The electric and magnetic fields in an electromagnetic wave are continuously varying with respect to time and space. The electric and magnetic fields, in an electromagnetic wave are continuously varying with respect to time and space. At any instant, the electric and magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the direction of light. The electromagnetic waves is a transverse wave. At every point in the wave, at a given instant of time, the electric and magnetic field strengths are equal. The velocity of propagation of electromagnetic wave depends on the electric and magnetic properties of the medium. The velocity of propagation of electromagnetic wave depends on the electric and magnetic properties of the medium. So, according to Maxwell's electromagnetic wave theory, that means electromagnetic waves, say light waves, which are associated with both electric field and magnetic fields. Here both electric and magnetic field vectors, they are vibrating mutually perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. And also he assumed that the light is transverse wave. During the propagation of transverse wave, where the particles which are vibrating perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. So called these are the postulates made by the Maxwell in his theory, so called electromagnetic theory. So just you see the diagram which indicates what about the nature of light wave. So here the light wave associated with both vibrating electric and magnetic field vectors. Here electric field vector which are vibrating in the direction, that means along x-axis. Where magnetic field vector which are vibrating along y-axis. And then the direction of propagation of the wave is along z-axis. Where electric field vector, magnetic field vector and the direction of propagation of wave, all they are mutually perpendicular to each other. So, the light wave associated with vibrating electric field and magnetic field. Then what are the drawbacks? This theory is it failed to explain the photoelectric effect and the Compton effect. Electromagnetic theory also failed in explaining the black body radiation. Here Compton effect and the photoelectric black body radiations, all that can be explained based on the particle nature of light. This theory could not give an idea about the particle nature of light, so called it fails to explain the phenomena of photoelectric effect, Compton effect and black body radiations. So these are the drawbacks of the Maxwell's electromagnetic theory. Then the fourth one, Planck's quantum theory. It was proposed by Max Planck in 1905. Then what are the assumptions or features made by the Planck in his theory, so-called quantum theory? According to this theory, light energy is released from source discretely in the form of energy packets of specific frequencies called photons or quanta. Photons are propagated as waves and if necessary interact with the matter as particles. This phenomenon was explained Compton effect, so then a photoelectric effect and a black body radiation. According to quantum theory of radiation, all the electromagnetic waves, say example light, which consists of discrete packets of energy. Each packet of energy is known as a quanta, where quanta behaves like a particle, so called photon. Based on this concept, the theory, it was successful to explain the phenomenon like Compton effect, photoelectric effect and black body radiation. Then what are the drawbacks of this theory? This theory is not, it could not explain how it is connected with wave wave nature of light, interference, diffraction, and polarization. So these are the drawbacks of Planck's quantum theory. So that means these four theories, they have both merits and demerits. They gave much information about the nature of light, the phenomenon related to the light, then how the light which propagates in the medium, and so many things. Thank you.